Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pamela and today we're going to be talking all about 6 micro habits that have changed my life in every way, from my routine to my lifestyle, new hobbies, and more. When we feel like we're stuck in a life where the same things are happening every single day, we have the same routine, and we just don't feel like life has that excitement anymore, you're kind of just missing that spark in your everyday, it may be time to add something new into what it is that you're doing. And when I started upgrading my everyday routine with things that I was already doing, and I just gave them a glow up essentially, it made things so much more fun and better for me. My mental health and my physical health, everything just really improved. So let's dive in. Number 1 is waking up earlier. I know this is probably not the tip that you guys wanted as the first one, but I made it the first one because it is very, very important. So waking up early may not seem like this really big life-changing thing, but it is one of the most important tips in this video, because by getting up even an hour or 30 minutes before the craziness of the day begins, you may not even realize just how much you actually needed that time with yourself, and it can really make a difference with you and your energy and how you carry yourself throughout the rest of the day. There are also a ton of health benefits to waking up early, and Nike actually posted an article on the biological benefits as well as behavioral benefits of how you can set yourself up for better days and better nights. So when you wake up earlier, you actually are regulating your circadian rhythm, which is the body's internal clock that responds to changes in light. So when you wake up, you're going to see that natural light, and your eyes and your brain are going to be like, okay, let's get up, let's get to work. And by waking up early, you're also boosting your productivity, you're boosting your mental health, and you're just improving overall how much more rested you feel throughout the day. And there's just so many little things that you can do, and by waking up early, all of the benefits that it can add to your life is truly, it's so small, like just waking up early, but it can really add so much. And the way that I like to look at waking up early is that you're giving yourself that hour before everybody else is up, and you're just focusing on you and what it is that you want to do. You don't have to worry about answering emails, answering texts, or anything else that is in between. It's literally just time for you and yourself. You can journal, you can read, you can work out, literally whatever it is that you guys want to do. And if you've been watching my new vlog series, you see that I wake up at 6 a.m. I read an article in the morning about something inspiring or motivating and something that I didn't know before. And then I use my 5-minute journal as well, which has some really great prompts on what I'm grateful for, things that can make today great, some affirmations, a quote for the day, and more. But this is a micro habit, like I said, that can unexpectedly change your life because it's adding something new to what we already do. And this has changed my life in a very big way for me specifically, because I like to be up before my boyfriend and just get my routine in, get my journaling done, get some reading done, and then we have our morning together, we have breakfast and all of that kind of stuff. But by doing this, it has really taught me the beauty in a quiet and peaceful morning. I'm really learning to lean into that cozy routine with everything it is that I do, because I just want to enjoy my day to day. I want to stop rushing so much and feeling like life is just me doing one thing and then I'm on to the next and then I'm on to the next, because there is so much beauty in enjoying the small moments. And I feel like when you just set that good tone for the rest of the day by enjoying the little things, it really is just going to follow through with the rest of your life and things that you do every single week and every other day after that. I also mentioned in one of my previous videos this thing called habit stacking, which is something that I heard about in the book called Atomic Habits. And it's essentially when you add a new habit to something it is that you already do. And I know I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but in case you haven't watched it, essentially if you, let's just say, brush your teeth and do skincare and all of your morning stuff by like 9 a.m., immediately pick up a book right after if you want to start reading more. If you want to start working out more, as soon as you wake up and brush your teeth, put on your workout clothes and go do a workout for 30 minutes. It's essentially adding a new habit to the things that you already do every single day. If you want to become a content creator, get used to maybe filming a video as soon as you have lunch during the day. You're going to have lunch every single day. Why not add making a video part of your routine? And it sounds so simple, but it really is so easy to do. And it's obviously going to be hard in the beginning to add these new habits into your life, but work your way towards them very slowly. And especially with waking up early, work your way down to the time it is that you want to start waking up. Don't just cold turkey wake up at 5 a.m. and say, okay, tomorrow's going to be the day. Slowly work your way towards that, because if not, then it's going to be a lot harder. Tip number 2 is not being on social media as much. So this is a micro habit that has changed my life in the best way possible. And it's not just because I'm a content creator and this is my job, but this tip has really helped me also with my mental health, because social media can be amazing. It can bring so many great opportunities from you just putting yourself out there, but it can also be really detrimental to your mental health. It can cause a lot of anxiety, stress, and jealousy, and even hatred towards people and their lives. And I have seen so many horrible comments, not just on my videos, but on other people's videos on social media, of people saying really rude things. And I know that it's just something that happens online, like it's social media, it's bound to happen. But when you just take a step back from the hate and the rudeness that you sometimes see online, you can feel a big sense of relief, and it's almost like a breath of fresh air. Taking a step back from being online too much really helps you reevaluate yourself and your mind and your real priorities. Sometimes when we spend too much time online, we get caught up in what other people are doing, what is happening to them, what things they're receiving or accomplishing, and sometimes it can get mixed up with you and your mindset and make you think things like, maybe I'm behind in life, maybe I'm not doing enough, maybe I should be doing more, how did this person get this and I didn't, and all of these things that we just start to think about in our head. So by taking a step back, you're going to start looking at what you prioritize and what you want to focus on. I used to be the girl that would compare myself to anyone and everyone online because I was really low in confidence, I had low self-esteem, and I was very sensitive to literally anything. And if someone got something that I wanted and I didn't get it, I would obviously feel a type of way. But it wasn't until I realized, like, I have control over my own life. I have to get myself out of this, and I had to get it back in the passenger seat and take control of my life again. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted to get rid of that anxiousness feeling and that jealousy. Like, I wanted it to stop. And to be honest, like, I was young when all of these things were happening. I was literally in high school when I decided I want to be a content creator, but those are all feelings that you can even continue to still feel as you get older. And I was like, I don't want to continue to feel this way. I wanted to take back that control. And I had this epiphany. I was like, I want to make my dream life happen. I'm willing to put in the work. And that was really when everything started to change for me. But it really starts with disconnecting from what other people are doing and focusing on you and yourself, because sometimes our goals can really get mixed up. We may find ourselves wanting something or wanting to hit a specific goal because someone else has it, not because it has any value or meaning to us. Being on social media less has also helped me with comparing myself less with other people online, and I'm just feeling a lot more confident about me and my own life. And just because you are a content creator, or maybe you want to be one, it doesn't mean that you have to be online all of the time. I know that that's a problem with a lot of influencers and content creators. You feel like there is no switch between this is my job and this is my life, because social media is your job. But something that I've been doing is not going on social media past 8 p.m. at night and not going on it before 10 a.m. in the morning, because I noticed that it was really starting to affect me, the things that I was consuming right first thing in the morning, as well as the things that I was looking at and consuming as well right before I went to bed. And so now I tell myself to only go on it between certain times of the day, and it has really helped me, because the last thing that I do before bed sometimes can determine how I wake up. So if I spend time reading and doing my Duolingo and just scrolling on Pinterest right before bed, I feel good, and in the morning it shows that. Tip number 3 is having hobbies. So there is something about having hobbies that is truly such a game changer. Like, I feel like if I did not have hobbies, I do not know who I would be today. And it has been a really important part of my life over the last 2 years. And I have a whole video on how to enter your hobby girl era. And just to summarize some of the most important points of that video is that having hobbies and things outside of your job can help a lot when it comes to mental health, creativity, stress, and more. Because when you put your time into something that you love and that you are passionate about, you are going to see just how fun it is for you. You have the chance to now disconnect from the world and focus on the things it is that bring you joy. And for me, it's reading. I love to read. Reading has helped me so much over the last few years, because not only has it brought me peace and a lot less anxiety about things that are going on elsewhere, but I've gotten to meet some really amazing authors at book events. I started a little book club with my sister, and we meet up once a month to discuss our book that we read over brunch. I've also branched out into different genres that I never really thought that I would have. So overall, it has just really made an amazing impact in my life. And something else that I've also found to love is working out and prioritizing my health, because I also used to be the girl that hated working out. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to see people that I went to school with. And I literally just wanted to be home all day and drink my Dunkin' coffees. But I finally found a workout style a few years back and a class that I loved, which is Cycle Bar, that you guys know I always mention. And it has helped me feel really good about me and my body, and the community is also really, really great. And that's when I just really fell in love again with working out. And like I said, I personally really, really like Cycle Bar. I also like outdoor walks with my sister. I just did a hot Pilates class today, which was really crazy, at Fuse House in New York. But for me, it's always going to be either a spin class because of how fun it is. It doesn't even feel like you're working out, or doing some sort of outdoor walk and getting that movement in, listening to a podcast or a YouTube video or an audio book while I'm on these long walks really, really brings me peace and helps me get set up for the rest of the day. And I'm also learning that working out and your health is part of your lifestyle. It shouldn't just be something that you look at as I'm dieting or I'm restricting myself from having this certain thing. It should just be, this is part of my lifestyle. I want to be healthy and I want to do things that are good for me and my body. And back to the hobbies, I have been friends with people that have had no hobbies, and I'm just going to be brutally honest, like, it is scary to have friends that do not have hobbies, or to know people that don't have hobbies, because I'm just like, what do you do all day? Like, what do you do that brings you joy or happiness or peace? And the thing is that those kinds of people are the ones that are going to rely on you to keep them going, to basically be their little excitement. Like, I cannot be the friend that is texting and calling all day. I used to be that friend, and I'm just like, I can't spend hours doing that. Like, we're growing up, we have things to do, we have priorities, and I'm just like, we're at this time in our lives where I'm just kind of trying to grind it out. I'm trying to hustle and work now so that I can enjoy my life even more down the road. But I just truly feel like I am nothing without my hobbies, and these are just the little things that bring me joy and peace. So you can also try something new, see how it can change your life, but really go back even to the things that you liked doing as a child. Try to bring it back now into your adult life and see how you react to it, how it goes, because there is so much beauty in just doing something that is for you and that you really love and enjoy, whether it be reading or crocheting or painting, whatever it is. Try to find that thing again. Number 4 is prioritizing my alone time. So this is going to be one of my favorite tips in this video, because it is truly a life-changing habit that has brought me so much peace and joy. Because similarly to what I said in my previous tip about hobbies, is that the same people that I knew that didn't have hobbies are also the same ones that don't know what alone time is. They don't know how to spend time alone. They always want to be bombarding your phone, texting you, calling you, hey, what are you doing? Hey, can you come over? What's going on? And I just want to stay far away from those people. And I saw this quote on Pinterest that I really, really love, which is, often the best gift you can give yourself is time alone, some time to ask your questions and listen quietly for answers. And I love this because the truth is that when you spend time alone, you really learn to value yourself and your peace and your quiet and your own thoughts. And you get to ask yourself questions in these really valuable moments. And a lot of people think that alone time means you're isolated, you are alone all the time, you're disappearing, but in reality, your relationship with yourself comes first before anything else and before anyone else. And if I'm being honest with you guys, before I moved in with my boyfriend, one of my biggest worries and fears was that I was not going to have my alone time. I was not going to be able to be alone and have my hours to myself. And I was like, how am I going to live with someone else when I was living at home with my mom? I had so much alone time all day because everybody was at work, everyone was at school, they were doing all of these stuff, and I just value my alone time so highly that was the one thing that I was like really, really worried about. But now that we've been spending more time together and I've gotten used to the routine of us living together, I still make time for working on my passion projects, doing social media, and putting effort into the things that I love, like reading and more. And this fear has obviously gone away because now we've gotten into the routine together. But it just shows like how much I valued my alone time, because I was like, I need that so that I can really hone in on my craft and the things it is that I am passionate about. There's also tons of ways for you to spend time time alone, such as going to a coffee shop to catch up on work, or reading, journaling, making a vision board, writing a letter to your future self, doing positive affirmations, learning a new skill, cooking, meditation. Like, there is so much. And as I said before, the things that you learn from being alone and doing things alone can be life-changing, because it's just you and your thoughts. And that can sound really scary, but at the same time, having those moments of self-discovery and clarity can really help you reflect on your thoughts and your goals, your desires. There's no outside influence. There is no outside noise to make you go back on whatever it is that you want to do, or any comments that make you feel like you cannot do something. You understand yourself better and what truly matters to you when you have that alone time. By being alone, you can also see an increase in productivity and focus. That's another really great benefit that I love and that I've really noticed, because in a way, alone time has really taught me to be a lot more disciplined and productive, because I'm the one in control of my own schedule. I'm the one that's on my own time. I'm on my own clock. So if I don't get something done, it's really on me, because I'm the one that didn't stay on task. I'm the one that didn't follow my plan. But over the years, I've become so much more disciplined, and you guys know that from my vlogs, I like to plan my days in advance, hour by hour, so that I'm always on top of what it is that I have to do, and it is very helpful. There's no distractions from others. I'm able to concentrate better. I'm able to get more done and really make progress on my passion projects, my career goals, and also my personal goals, because there are literally no interruptions. So the next time that you're going to be alone for a few hours, really try to prioritize that and see what can you focus on, what can you do, and what can you work on that is something you're very passionate about or that you love. Number 5 is being more picky about my time and my schedule. This is another micro habit that really changed my life, because when you are more picky about your time and your day-to-day and your schedule, you are going to have so much more time to prioritize what matters to you, focusing on the things that is moving the needle towards your goals in life or your career. I used to feel so guilty when I wasn't spending time with certain people, or wasn't answering a call or a text right away. And growing up as the oldest daughter in a Hispanic household, you guys may or may not relate, but I am so used to just dropping everything it is that I'm doing as soon as someone calls or texts me, especially my family, because that is just what I was taught growing up. It's like, I have to drop everything. This person called me, they need this, they need that. And that is something I'm trying to unlearn over the years as it goes on, because it is not healthy to just drop everything immediately because someone wants you to do something in a moment's notice, unless it's an emergency that is 100% reasonable. But if you are doing something and someone wants you to drop everything and come over to them, that is not healthy. So what I've been doing to be more picky about my day, and something that has really been helping me just take control back of my life, is, like I mentioned before, having a day schedule hour by hour. I personally like to use Asana to plan out my day schedule. I like to break out my day into 3 sections, which is morning, afternoon, and evening. So in the morning, I wake up at 6, take my boyfriend to the train, make breakfast, skincare change, emails, all of that kind of stuff. Evening is more making dinner, showering, journaling, reading, praying. And when I have this really strict schedule with myself, I always feel really good. I feel like I'm on routine, and it makes me feel like I actually used every single bit of my day. Like, I really squeezed it out, and I didn't let any hours go by where I was lazy or I was rotting away. And of course, we're gonna have those moments throughout the day. It is completely normal. Do not feel like you need to be productive every single hour of the day, because you also need your time off. But when it's in a healthy balance, and I feel like I got a lot done, but I also wasn't pushing myself to the extreme, that is the balance that I like to be in the middle of. Next is having a set routine for waking up and going to sleep. So I like to be really strict about when I wake up and when I go to sleep, and this has changed my life for the better, because my body is in routine, and I'm honestly starting to get tired now by a certain time, because my body just knows, like, okay girl, as soon as 9 o'clock hits, 9:30, you gotta be in bed. You gotta have already journaled and read and did all these things, and now you just get to lay in bed and read more if you want, scroll on Pinterest, whatever it is. Like, if I don't have my night or my morning routine, things just really fall off for me. And that is why I'm even more of a stickler for making sure that I follow through with it every single day. And if I miss a day of journaling, I just make sure that the following day I do it for the previous day as well. But by giving myself a 6 a.m. wake up time and a bedtime before 11 p.m., I genuinely feel so good in the morning. And the last week, I've actually been sleeping between 10 and 10:30, but I'm in bed by 9, so I have time to read and relax, and I'm not rushing. Next is not saying yes to every plan or hangout. This helps so much with with burnout and with your energy, because if you're always saying yes to everything that is happening, you are always going to be drained, and in the end you're just going to have no time for you. So be a lot more intentional about hangouts and socializing in really big group events, because it's going to be even more fun when you actually have the energy. And you have to be careful who and what it is that you are investing your time into, because that will help you maintain these friendships and these connections, is when you're putting that good energy and that right energy into the right things. When I would always hang out with people or do things that involved really big groups of people all of the time, it would always drain me because I would be tired, I wouldn't have fun, and I probably didn't do anything throughout the day that was good for me. And so I've been finally learning to really put that boundary down. And lastly is not engaging with certain people or situations, and this is something that I am still slowly learning as I'm getting older, because unfortunately I still have that little people pleaser in me, which is so funny because my sister is the complete opposite of me. She's very blunt, she says things how it is, she is real AF, and I am not, because I just get afraid to be brutally honest sometimes. But over the last few years, I've really been working on learning the importance of not engaging with certain people and environments or things that I just do not simply want to be a part of. And it's so hard, especially, you guys may relate to this, when you grow up in a small town and you still see people that you went to high school with or college with, and you still see your middle school teachers, because it's almost like you're stuck in time. It's kind of scary. And a lot of people end up in the same hometown, they never leave, and it becomes this cycle. And so when I'm around that, or I see that constantly online, I have to remind myself that just because I'm here, just because I'm in this situation or in this current moment in my life, does not mean that I have to conform to that. I have big dreams, I have big goals for myself, and I am on the path towards making that come true. And if someone doesn't align with that, that is fine. You can keep your thoughts and opinions to yourself. You can stay on the sideline while I go and do my thing. So be aware of who it is that you are around and what conversations you engage in, as well as situations that you are in and more, because you have the power to stay out of it. The last and final tip for today's video is upgrading my mindset with everyday things. This is a tip that is very, very near and dear to me, because it is a work in progress for me, but it has been a huge part of my journey in life and going towards my dreams and goals. And I've been slowly upgrading my mindset with the things that I do every day. And by this, I mean, I am learning to see the beauty in things, taking life slow and not rushing or wanting things to happen so fast. Because if things that I wanted years ago, if that would have happened to me in that moment when I wanted it to happen, I don't think that version of me would have been ready, versus now I feel like I'm even more grateful for the things that have happened to me, because I feel like this version of me, I am ready for what is to come. I am ready for what is to happen. So with my everyday things, some of the things that I've been upgrading my mindset on include working out and my health journey. I used to look at working out as in, you have to be all or nothing. You have to go all in or nothing, or you failed. You have to do the diet and restrict yourself, when that is not how it should be. Your wellness journey, working out, and your health should be your lifestyle. You should not look at things as in, I have to not eat this for 3 months and I'm going to be at my goal, or I want to finally look like this girl online. You have to look at it as if this is your lifestyle. You are working out and you're being healthy and you're doing your thing because you want a strong body. You want to be able to run and walk at 80 years old. You want to be 90 and lifting groceries out of your car into your house. Like, you want to do things because of the lifestyle aspect of it, so that when you wake up and you go to sleep, you feel good overall from head to toe. I've also upgraded my mindset when it comes to my career and how I make money. My close people in my life know that the end of 2024 was very hard, but also extremely, extremely rewarding. Like, the end of last year really just took an amazing turn. The entire year of 2024 was really hard for me because I graduated college, I landed my dream job, I quit after 3 months, and I fell into this hole of, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And I just kept neglecting my social media career while I was applying for jobs and figuring out, like, literally what am I doing with my life, because I was always looking at social media as, this is a hobby. This is not something that can be my full-time job. And I was shamed to think of it as my full-time job because I didn't want my family to think that I was a failure. I felt this pressure to have the job in the high-rise building, to have the high salary, but in reality, that is not me. And so I've started to shift my mindset into thinking, God put this ball in my court, the thing that I've literally loved since I was a child, the thing that I've been passionate about for years. I can now do it full time. I can now work from home. I can now work with amazing brands. I make my own schedule, and I've made more money at my age than anyone around me, than anyone else that I know. So why would I not take this time in my life to experiment, to have fun, to take a risk, instead of being so worried that it isn't the traditional path like others have taken? And so once I made this shift, I've become so much happier. Like, you guys don't even know. I genuinely feel so grateful every single day for my routine, and I'm just so happy with things and the way that they are. And it doesn't mean that I'm not still pushing and I'm not still growing every single day just because I'm comfortable, because I feel like I'm never really going to be comfortable. I'm always going to want to do bigger, do better, and always see what can I do, what can I accomplish. But I'm very, very happy with where I've gotten myself to this day. And lastly, I've shifted my mindset about my future, the unknown, and my life in general. So this has a little to do with my previous tip, but it is really just about letting myself take what God put in my court and embracing the unknown. Because guys, like I keep saying about the eldest daughter, I've always felt like I have had to have this specific path laid out for me. And as soon as I go off track, I just feel like everything goes downhill. And it should not be this way. You should not think this way, that just because you hit a little bump in the road means that everything else is going to fall off, because there is so much beauty in not knowing what is going to be next. There is beauty in the unknown with your career, with your personal life, your goals, like anything that you are unsure about. There is so much beauty in that, because that basically means the possibilities are endless. Like, your life can go in any direction, and that is incredible. And as soon as I decided I'm the one in the driver's seat, I can make anything happen, I realized like it's okay to not know what tomorrow will bring, and that has overall made me a really happier person. And when you become happier, you feel it overall, because that energy starts to pour in every other area of your life. That is all for today's video. I really, really, really hope that you guys enjoyed. These are the 6 micro habits that really helped me change my life, and I really hope that you guys got something out of this video. Don't forget to check out my millionaire journey in my 20s vlog series, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!